focusing on the enemies coming, rushing towards him. As soon as that hit, boom, you start to hear the battle cries and you just back, further back, further back, until there was nowhere else you could really go without going down. You hit the brain, hit the trunk of the nearest tree you can, and you realise there's nowhere else to go. Start to panic. Your breath starts to labour. Your breath starts to get not so much quicker, but again, just it starts to labour. It starts to struggle. You're not breathing any quicker. You're just breathing harder.
Okay.
Then listen to anything.
Yes. Just that's what I've done my entire life is do what you tell me to do. So why change now, right?
And yet you seem to ignore the glaring obvious points I bring toward. I mean, these are not just fancy riddles and clues. These are actual plans. I told you before. Her death. Part big picture. It's all part of the plan.
But that doesn't make sense.
Use these words. Figured it out. I cannot come across and tell you it exactly. That is not how time to time jumps work. What I need you to do is start listening to what I'm saying. Read between the lines. Her death. All part.
But I don't want her to go.
Bring her back.
I don't want Nim to leave. Nim is not leaving. Nim, come back. And I'm gonna cast Summon Undead
Oh shit.
and try and focusing on the ghost part of it. As Gaz begins to cry and the tears fall down on his skull amulet of the three-eyed creature. The gem in the middle will begin to glow, and I will use that to cast the Summon Undead spell.
No.
Completely fine.
So, if you cast the spell, yep, it will cost you an action. We'll say because of the amount of rounds that are happening, this is happening. The battle is happening in maybe round about a minute, especially everything that's going on after it, say a minute and a half. So this is all in your head, just quick as an instant. You're replying as quick as an instant. So, tell me how this does and what you do.
So should I read the spell or
That is up to you, but I will be changing it to a point because it is all part.
So from the from my skull pendant, almost kind of like a gaseous forms from the middle gem, which kind of opens a little bit of like almost like a crack in reality, and I just say in front of that, I bend down, I pick up the dirt, so I pick up my hands from the ground, and I just kind of tear it open a little bit, and from that tear, many different ghostly forms will flow around me. Some look quite putrid, one looks quite like skeletal, and one has like a ghostly visage and image that is, some are similar to Nim, some aren't. I'm just trying to pick one that looks like Nim, and I'm just trying to grab her, or grab this this visual of Nim as easy as I can.
Cool.
So I don't know if it's for sure Nim, but I'm just trying to get one of these ghosts and back into this realm.
Of course, indeed. So, as this comes across, make a little tear, and what seems to be with the fabric of reality is you see the just come out, just this black reddish shoe just force upon you as it starts to open like a gaping maw. As it starts to look in, you can see boundless, endless spirits swirling around something in the middle. Can't tell what, it's too bright to look at direct, but not bothered about that right now. You're seemingly within the netherworld realms here. Spirits start to build. You see figures of the past. You see figures you've never seen before. You see figures that are totally weird yet familiar looking. Make me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 6.
Yeah. There's not a lot in here you can tell. You're just trying to think through and go, well, start to think a lot of spirits in here. Think to yourself, is there anything else I can do? Force them to you? Is there anything you owned of hers that could maybe draw the spirit back to the world of the living? Just don't know. However, with that thought, as you're trying to come across it and you're having a look, there starts to throw itself back into reality and closes. For the purpose of this, the spell fails. Again, after a couple of seconds pass, and goes, well, there's a start.
I look at my hands, which kind of look like they have like frostbite on them, almost kind of thing. I say, I'll do better next time.
Oh,
and I'm just gonna try and hold it to close to my chest.
Leave me, my boy. Will. Silence. Strangely enough, around about that time when the silence comes, you realise you're alone and it's awfully silent.
I stand up and I walk towards where my friends were.
Just as you see them start to move off, they're not realising you're not there, almost. Catch up with them and you lead as they start to make their way wherever they may be going. Ronan, Sir Janice, give me a survival check. You can either make one each or one take at advantage.
I'm willing to give you advantage on that,
Okay.
Ronan, because mine's is meh.
Yeah, 14.
14.
14? What kind of ranger are you? I mean,
It's hard. It's hard going.
is that your
but
advantage? Is that with advantage?
I was going to say,
You
is
didn't
that with
roll with
advantage?
advantage,
Roll
James.
again.
Oh,
No.
yeah. I'll roll again then.
Yeah.
But-
I mean,
There we go.
there we go.
19.
I bet
19.
Even better.
that's
That's the ranger.
with the 2 rolls, it was starting to hard go as you realise it's a lot harder walking on the canopy as you start to go up because the ground starts to, well, not really ground when you think about it. You start to lose footing here and there and everywhere, and then you start to pick up the pace as you realise there's an oddly kind of familiar lattice formation to this, and you start to pick up as you're making your way across. Anyone looking out for anything can make me a perception roll if they wish.
I'm looking for creatures. I'm looking for those giant spidery
Bar
things. I'm
Ronan
looking
and Bar Sir Janice, as they are too busy concentrating on what they're trying to do to get you out of here.
I got a 19.
I got a 16.
Where was that nat 20 when you needed it in combat,
It's okay, I can just notice everything. I am one with the tree.
You start to taste colours is what you do. Yeah, seems to be going well okay so far. You make up good time actually, 3-4 hours in. You're starting to look about things. So what were you looking for, Lee?
Did you wait till I put shit in my mouth before you said that?
I did.
Timed it perfectly, baby.
Yeah, I'm looking for any kind of creatures, monkeys, things that would be dangerous to us, specifically giant spiders or the Fey Cream, or what are they called? The
Cream.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Fey Cream.
The Cream. The Fey Cream, or anything that would be a danger to us, or settlements of some kind.
Yeah. Gaz, did you make a roll?
No.
It's up to you if you want to.
I don't think I will, just because, yeah.
Niall, you got 19 if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I'm sort of looking around, sort of seeing like if there's any specific things around us.
Very an open statement.
But you said specific, but what you said was vague.
Yeah,
So-
specific
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
double neg.
That's a skill.
Like,
I just like rolling.
I just wanted to feel.
I had a reason, and I forgot.
We'll come back to that. What were you looking for, Daphne?
I was looking mostly for like the goo. Do you remember when his foot went through the tree? I was looking out for the goo, seeing if there's any remnants of it, not necessarily the thing itself, but any.
Yeah.
I'll also be looking out for that. So, to be fair.
Well, if you want to do that, make me a perception check, mate. However, I don't think you will need to make one because Daphne is spot on.
I just don't want to fall again. 6. My perception is terrible down here.
You got a 6 last time. Yeah. You're.
Oh, bless.
Guys, you're too busy thinking about possibilities. Seems that you seem a wee bit more comforted about the fact that there's that you're able to possibly do this. In fact, it's quite exciting to a point. You regain your spell slot that you lost casting said spell.
I just shake the frost off of my hand and have a weirdly content smile on my face.
Excellent.
Oh God.
However, Daphne.
Yes, you have a really content smile on your face. This is the first time you look happy since we came down here. Are you okay?
Something's wrong.
Creepy.
I'm just have some hope for the future.
You know we're gonna
Something
die
we
down
don't.
here, yeah? Like, this is the most dangerous. This is the most dangerous. Remember that time you freaked out when we went on a boat? This is like.
Well, have you
1,000
never
times
heard of
worse than that.
optimism?
I have, and I usually have it. However, we are effectively in. There's a word I've heard, just a meat grinder. Now we have fell into the
I've heard
equivalent of
about
a
this.
meat grinder. And
I,
everything here is trying. The fact that we're still alive after a day is surprising to me. I've always been taught that this place was full of terror, fear, and things that
I
will
don't
kill you
see
quick.
any.
Well, look at
Exactly.
look at Ranger down over there.
We are surrounded by things that have been trying to kill us since we got here, and we're still here. I think that shows that we've kind of got our stuff together.
I wonder if
No.
we're in there.
I mean,
Let me
Everything-
dream,
It's-
people. Let